can't find it on YouTube, and I've already deleted it. So the call from last night has been deleted. So I'm going to give you my best review of what that call was. There was a lot of cool stuff on it, but we'll be able to go over it. So here's an ad right here that I'm doing. You guys can take a look at it to see what it looks like. Let's see. So here's what the post looks like itself. They said it couldn't be done. Here's the proof. Breaking: suburban kid creates magnetic 120K a month internet business. And it is tagged to my sales funnel. And people will comment and like on this. But more importantly, what we can see is, oh, I just got approved. How about that? So I've had 411 results or conversions with just $111 spent. That's really, really, really good. I'm looking at 27 cents CPR, or cost per result, or cost per click, however you want to look at it. The placement where everybody's seeing it, there's like 16 people on Instagram that's seen it. Nobody on Audience Network, no one on Messenger. Mostly only on the Facebook newsfeed. Reached 11,000 people. 400 people have shown interest, and $110 have been spent on that. And the ad itself is doing really good. You can see custom conversions. This right here, these top three: Enagic Complete Registration, View BB Blog, and Enagic Lead. So this is when people view the Adam's blog. You can see a lot of activity here, even in the last hour. Complete registration. This is when somebody, lead. This is when somebody watches the webinar and they've actually opted in to watch the webinar. And then, can you mute yourself, everybody? Cool. When people view it, this right here, you're going to get you're going to be able to, when they view the webinar itself, you're going to be able to track that. And then complete registration, this is for, I've only got 2 complete registrations. So that is when somebody actually schedules a call. And so that's doing pretty good, that ad itself. And like I said, it's a very simple ad. You can see the ad itself is just a picture. I can send this picture to you if you're setting up your ad, if you haven't already got it. And we're going to drive that to the blog, and the blog is going to go to the webinar, and the webinar is going to go to a application page, and the application page is going to go to a thank you page. So that's how that's set up. Obviously, you guys have all been through that, so you know this. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight, is everybody getting their ads set up if you're going to move forward with that. I had these top 2 for this particular ad I was talking about. I changed one thing. I kept the audience the same, kept everything the same, the text and everything. All I did was change this picture here. And I was actually targeting people that like Tony Robbins. So I knew, or I thought I knew, that people would engage with it more so than not. So that was the first ad, but I actually created this copy ad about 24 to 32 hours after I completed the conversions one. And this one on top outperformed this one within 24 hours. So I actually turned that one off, and I put my $5 I was putting on this one, my $5 I was putting on this one, and doubled down and put $10 a day on this one. And 411 blog views, but actually it shows right here that I've got 432 link clicks, and I've only spent $111. So you can see how that's pretty profitable. I haven't gotten a sell from this, but again, even if this was a 1A sell, whenever it happens, if I can close a deal within $170 from here, I'll break even. So as long as we're breaking even, we're not spending any more money, right? So that's what's really great because this is all going to be automated. All that I'm doing is monitoring this a couple times a day, and then I'm waiting for someone to schedule that call and get on the phone. And so all that you would be doing is monitoring these ads here that you have, and then sending them to the presentation to schedule a call with myself, and then I would be doing a phone call with them on your behalf, and we just repeat and duplicate that process throughout our organization. And as we get better and better and more efficient, we will be spending less money and making more sales. So if this is a route that you're going to take, this is something that's going to really help you automate a lot of your business, and market to the right people and get in front of those right people that you need to, so that you can see results without having to be on the phone or in person or doing presentations or marketing or prospecting or whatever it is that you're doing to obtain customers. This is something you can do on top of everything you're doing, or even if you don't want to do that, you can just focus on this. But I do recommend doing a little bit of social media marketing, manual marketing, if you will. And that's the next thing that I wanted to go over. And so we do have, I'll go ahead and, well, I'm already recording anyway. So I guess I'll continue to share my screen. Oh my goodness. I just deleted, I just, okay, so we're still recording again. We're good to go. I did the wrong thing. I thought I was sharing my screen, but I clicked in meeting. Either way, we're back. So what I was going to show you all was, what was I going to show you guys? Oh, our back office, right? The training that we have for the back office. So basically, we have this training member site that you all have access to. Just going here to get the easiest way to get into it, because I don't have it bookmarked for some reason on this computer. But anyway, going into what I was talking about, the social media marketing, I recommend you guys doing the manual marketing on top of the paid advertising if you guys choose to do that. So what I highly recommend is going to Social Media Secrets. My ad is approved. Hey, hey, hey. How about that? Cool. So recommend going into the Instagram training, Strikingly training, Snapchat, and getting your free uh, ebook PDF. And going through this right here. So reading this right here is really, 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 really key. I don't know how many of you are using this or not, but it's made me a lot of money. It's helped me make a lot of sales and create a lot of relationships with individuals on the internet without being awkward or weird or anything like that. So it gives you authority. Well, no, this here just builds a relationship, and then the perfect invite right here. This really helps you build a lot of authority in your relationship building. And I recommend reading through each and every single one of these slides. But going to skip forward here a little bit, and right here, trust, anticipation, and exclusivity. If we can create these three things in the process of building form, in the process of inviting. Now, again, this is something that can take a matter of 3 to 5 days. I know that's a long time, and once you get better, you can do it. You can do it within 3 to 5 hours, but it still should take a couple of days because if you rush it, people don't feel comfortable with that. So, what you want to do is build the trust through building form. The anticipation is kind of being built because they may or may not know you have something to offer them or invite them to. So they may be anticipating something, but you will learn in this slideshow how to do that, as well as exclusivity. And building exclusivity is very key because we want quality over quantity here. You all know we want to work with qualified people, and anybody that's not interested, I won't really argue with them because it's just, I know it's going to be a bad partnership in the end. So Building exclusivity is really key because it really qualifies people. It gets rid of some tire kickers. It's just another kind of screen. Like if you're sifting for gold, it's another screen to catch or push somebody out. So building trust, we can do that with building form, and then obviously, look, this can take hours, days, or even weeks, and that's something that you have to think about. It really is. You have to really think about this being a long-term play because if you look at you're selling a $2,500 to $6,000 product to somebody, and it's most likely going to be an individual. So that's not always going to be a simple sell if you try to rush it. So if you're going to make a $200 to $2,000 commission, if it takes 6 weeks and you're working on 16 other sales and you get a couple between those 6 weeks that you get a 6 week sale, you see that it's worth it, right? So continued conversation. Just bring up different topics, but form really helps you do that. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to find a problem because we have a solution to basically any problem: relation, financial, health. Um, and if you can find a problem that somebody may be having that they can't find a solution to, we have a solution. And the biggest thing that you can do is add value. So if it's just by sharing my ebook or sharing your own ebook or sharing some free information or a Google link or a link to a page, I'm trying to think like a forum or something that will help them in something that they're like right now looking at, whether it be working out or anything, you're adding value by just simply saying, "Oh, I was thinking of you. Here, I'll send you this in a couple of days." So a couple of days later, you send them this thing. So know that building rapport is part of that, building that good connection, and we'll move forward here. So anticipation, obviously, right here, this makes plenty of sense. When it's 50 degrees in the spring, people are anticipating it getting warmer in the summer. As of right now, you see me in sweats and a hoodie because it's starting to cool off every night. It's starting to get, temperatures getting low, so we're starting to bundle up and wear, more heavy clothing because we're looking for the weather to change. So that's what you kind of have to anticipate is, or build that anticipation. And so you can go through this again, like I said, to check this out and learn how to be a little bit better at that. But again, like it says here, instead of chasing a lead, they'll begin to chase you because you're going to give them bits and pieces without giving them the whole piece of the pie, if you will. So being like a movie trailer is really, really key. And just giving them bits of information without even saying water or internet marketing or sales funnels, or you can say all these different things, but you really want to keep as much as you can for the presentation. So if they're looking to, make an income online, maybe supplement what they're already doing, maybe they don't have a lot of time, this is something that they can, implement if they do the online version. So follow script works, and that's why, if you follow this script right here, literally this right here will work. I used it all of last year and it worked, let me tell you. So you can talk to the individual after building form. Then you can say, "Hey, John, it was great speaking with you yesterday. I'm super sorry that I didn't have anything, or that I didn't even think to bring this up, but I'm working on something big, yada, yada, yada." Go through this and use it word for word, and maybe a word here or there, but don't change any sentences. Really keep it really key. And so the exclusivity is very key because we don't accept everybody, and we don't want to waste anybody's time, and we really don't want to get people on the phone if they're going to waste our time. And I would rather talk to somebody that's more qualified or spend time doing trainings or something like that with you guys versus dealing with somebody that's not even knowing what's going on. So build that exclusivity and continue to go through this until you get through this. See, here's some objections, different things like that you can go through. But if you do it right, you shouldn't have any objections because you shouldn't have to talk about Kangen water right off the bat. Not that that's a bad problem or anything like that. However, it's just easier, the less they know, the more likely they are to get on the presentation. And if they get on the presentation, they're pretty likely to schedule a call if you set it up that way. So again, go into your members area, scroll down to social media secrets, go through all of these, and get your ebook if you want it, and learn form, and then learn the perfect invite for sure. And do this. Make sure you connect with everybody on these platforms. If you want to just pick one or two, that's fine. But really uh, connect with them on all so they can see you. Because if MTV is my favorite channel and you're on BET or CNN, I don't look at those channels, but maybe once in a blue moon. So if you're posting on all of those or you're connected on all of those, every once in a while they'll see you on the one they watch all the time, and every once in a while they'll see you on the ones that they're just scrolling through. So you can get the PDF here, or you can get it right there. So that is that part of the training, and I wanted to move along to what we talked about last night. So what we talked about last night on the call was pretty cool. A lot of big things are coming up and starting to arise out of what we already have going on. And so that's really exciting because it's just going to make the black box business model part of things, the internet marketing side of things, a lot more exciting and a lot easier to obtain clients. Keep your margins where you're making money, and also just being able to duplicate. So there's going to be a thing. It's called like a free offer plus shipping, or free plus shipping offer, and you're able to find clients that are interested without having to get them on the phone before they've made a purchase. So I would say that this is something you can run simultaneously, or just do it all the way once it's out. Tyler McKechnie is buying some USBs. It's going to be a USB, kind of like what Adam Winning's doing right now. If you follow him, and there's a lot of people doing this, but it's a USB with some case studies, some different information, some people, how they went from zero to where they're at now with the Magic or the Black Box system. And it's going to show people how they were able to do this. The USB is going to be like $8, for shipping and things like that. And it's going to get people that are more serious to go through this process. So they're going to have already spent money by the time they get on the phone with us. So that is a extremely qualified lead. And we did this last year this time, but it grew into another entity in itself, which is called Global Dream Builders, which is what Adam Winning has created, which Adam Winning created the black box business model. So you can see the trend here is working. But we were doing a $97 offer and then leading them into Calling Water and Magic. And I actually had an individual opt in for this. They purchased the $97 offer, and then they ended up buying a K8 and then selling 2 other devices within their first month. So this is something that worked really, really well for myself, and I only got to try it out for like a week, and then we transferred everything, and everything just went back to how it was, and then blah blah blah. So now we're here. So it's going to be a USB free plus shipping, and then there's going to be an upsell for $147 on the next page, a one-time offer. If they don't take that, then the next page will be a $147 split into 2 payments. And if they don't take that, then that'll probably be it, and then we'll go from there. But then we'll get them to schedule a call or something like that. I don't know the exact details of it, but it's coming together really, really well. And it's actually something that's going to be happening probably within the month. I don't know if within October, but within the next 4 weeks, it should be ready to go and launch. And that's something that I can't really explain it because I don't know exactly how it works. But pretty much if 1 in 5, I think, or 1 in 8 people opt into the upsell, you're actually going to be getting leads. You're going to be getting paid to get leads. So instead of us, I just showed you where I spent $100 to acquire some leads that haven't even got on the phone yet. well, we're going to be getting leads on the phone that have already spent money, and it's actually going to be profiting us around $5 to $10 per lead to get on the phone with them to then upsell them into a Nagic and the Black Box business model. So this is something that's going to be really cool that we're going to be actually gaining money on having customers come to us versus spending money out of pocket to capture leads. So something that is going to take a lot of understanding and putting in things in place, but it's going to happen. It's already working, and we've got I think 3 people that are really behind this that are really know what they're doing, and then we're also going to be implementing something that we talked about was uh, excuse me, I have to look at my notes here. Okay, we're gonna have a Google Doc Q&A, basically on handling phone sales and different objections and how to get over those. The most common ones, like FAQ, basically, and then FAQ for what kind of Enagic product questions we get on the phone. So if people are asking, like, because we don't go over a whole lot of Enagic on the presentation or before they get on the phone. So if they have questions like how's it work, etc., frequently asked questions that we'll be getting on the phone. So we'll be adding stuff to that. And then we're going to be, like I said, doing the free plus shipping offer to generate qualified leads to get on the phone with us. They're already going to be buyers. They're already going to be warmed up to us. And then we're going to also do something really, really cool, which is a back office for people that don't buy the product on the first time. So they would get on the phone with us and they're like, oh, whatever reason or some forsaken reason they can't purchase. We'll say, okay, fantastic. So what we're going to do is continue to follow up with you. But what's really cool is we're going to give you a access to a module or a back office, very minimal to what we offer when you get started with us, but just to give you an idea of what it is that we're offering and some free resources we're going to give you. I'm going to send you an email and then they can click the link and they can create a free account. And so that's going to give them some resources to warm up to us, to understand that there's going to be training involved. There's going to be people around them, because the biggest thing I think people worry about when getting into this business, instead of just worrying about the product, if they're worried about like the support or learning, they don't think that they're going to have this kind of support. They don't think they're ever going to talk to us again once we charge their Visa, MasterCard, or Amex, right? So to show them that we're going to be there along the process and do things like this is really, really cool. And if you ever talk to anybody in person, you do get far into the sales process, which I don't recommend anybody on this call doing, except, very slightly, and then kind of getting us on the phone or a video or something. But anyway, if you're in the process in person, you can really tell them about things like this that set us apart from people that get lost or get left behind. They order something or they buy something and then there's really no support. So, you can all reach out to me anytime. We do calls like this, try to do them as often or more often, like weekly. I know that doesn't always happen. But not everybody's always interested to get on a call, and not everybody's schedules work out. So that's why I'm recording this. But with that being said, I would like to leave it at that. And this is going to be recorded. It is being recorded. And I also want to do a Q&A. I want to record that as well and kind of wrap it up so I can actually save and upload this to YouTube without it being, an hour long. So with that, I'm going to open it up to you guys and gals. Any questions, concerns, topics, subjects you want to go over, feel free to go with that. Okay. If not, I will stop recording and then maybe go over a couple things and then we'll go from there. So thank you all for watching.